I interviewed a business owner, and this was what she had to say.
Okay. You're an entrepreneur. What business exactly are you into?
I sell bags and perfumes.
Bags and perfumes. How long have you been in that business?
I've been selling bags for almost 7 years, 6 years to 7 years.
7 years. Wow. Same location?
No,
No. How long have you been here?
it's almost 2 years.
2 years now. Do you remember 7 years ago how much you started the business with?
I didn't start with any money from the beginning when I was in school. I think after deciding on this,
Mm.
I just went to Makola one day
Mm.
just to go and roam the place and then see the types of bags they have, if they are the kind of bags I like. So I just started. One day I went there to go and buy one bag for myself
Mm.
so that I could feel the texture and stuff. So the one that I bought for myself, that is what I used to start the business. I took a picture from their place. Once on they showcase the things, I took the picture from there and then I started posting that on my status. Then after that I became friends with them too. I just go there to take the pictures that I post when someone likes, then I go and buy it for the person.
Right.
And that's how I started. Then I started buying to pay me down
Now we're
like
here.
groceries. Yeah, somewhere.
Okay. My question now is this business lucrative?
Yes.
It is. Okay. That means if somebody's thinking of getting into you advise that they do.
And mostly I tell people that if you want to do it, if you want to do your own business and something, it has to do with something that you have passion for.
Right.
Not that someone is selling bags and it's going out well for the person. So you also want to sell bags. You can go
But
in to sell the bag or something. Mostly if someone asks me, I tell the person to sell something that you have passion for.
right.
Like
Now I specifically want to speak about how she started, first off. Because in this time and era, a lot of people think or believe that you need a chunk of money to be able to start. This business owner tells us an opposite story of that. And what is that? She did not start with a money. She, in fact, did not start with anything. All she did was find a seller or a dealer in that particular product, which in her case is bags, and take pictures of it, create a landing page or start posting it on social media. When she gets customers, she goes to these buyers, buy from them, and then send to the client. Or she takes pre-order. But she did not start with money. And over time, after building relationship with these sellers, she started taking these products on credit. That is, she would take the product, add her own markup, and sell. When she's done selling, she then brings the original amount to the sellers or dealers in the bags. Now that is a strategy of a smart person. That is the strategy of a smart entrepreneur. You know what you want to do. You know what specific industry you want to get into, but you don't have capital. There are a lot of ways, like I keep telling my friends that have to listen, that there are a lot of ways that you can go around starting being an entrepreneur or just being in the space until you're able to get up to your feet without actually investing. Yes, she would have made a little more on profit if she had her own capital to go get the product and come sell and know how much markup she's adding. But that doesn't still take away the fact that the little profit that she's able to make on the markups that she's able to add up on these products and sell them have been able to get her here to having her own business that is worth thousands of CDs. But hey, this was 7 years ago, so let's just dive into what her current running of the business now looks like, plus the challenges that the business comes with. Because hey, no matter how good a business is, it still has its own flaws. So let's just get right into it. You've been in the business for 7 years. What are the challenges of this business?
for the challenges there, we have a lot.
Right.
We have a lot. But then the major ones, I have two major ones that
Mm.
I want to talk about. That is the payment or delivery thing. Some customers mostly call us that they want payment or delivery, that they're afraid of scammers and stuff. So they don't want to pay for their goods
Right.
before they receive them. So we accept that and then we give the goods out to riders to bring it to them. And then when the rider gets there and calls them, they don't answer the call. Sometimes they answer the call and then tell us that they've been waiting for long and they can't be at one place for an hour or two or something. So they've already left the place. And then the rider has to drive all the way from wherever he went to and then bring the things back, which is so bad.
Right.
And then the second one is with the shipping company and the suppliers.
Tell me about that.
Sometimes the goods that they give to us,
Mm,
the textures you're expecting, that is not the textures they give to us. Sometimes
mm.
you pay for something expensive, and then when it comes, it's polar. It's not something
Right,
you
so
can sell
cheaply.
at the price that you even bought it. And then some to the shipping companies, they tell us, oh, maybe I'm going to get things tomorrow. Remember, I can check customers say, oh, you are receiving goods
Right.
tomorrow or maybe next week, and then
It
almost
doesn't
a
come.
month, corner and buy. Those are some of the challenges we get.
Now, these are some real challenges that sometimes you really can't do much about because with the challenges that she just talked about, it really is out of her control. What suppliers bring to you sometimes is not in your control because it is not just a different country, it is a country in a different continent. Maybe that's a long journey to get there to make your complaint. So sometimes it's really out of your control. But this business owner shares that sometimes your supplier can share with you texture of a product, how the product is going to look like, and the result, whatever it is, just the quality check of a product that you get so excited and so pumped, and you invest a lot of money in it into bringing a whole container of this product in different variation whatever, and then it gets here and everything is looking as cheap of a product, cheap texture, cheap material, cheap everything, making it difficult to sell even at the same price that you bought it, which means you're not even breaking even with that particular shipment. You just run at a loss. But if you know Marie, you know that Marie would ask all the questions, all right? So yeah, I asked her, you just mentioned that your suppliers sometimes can dupe you. Okay, they can tell you this is what you're gonna get, and what you get is far from what you ordered for. All right, cool. Have you ever thought of actually going there and ordering it, telling them exactly how you want it to look like? She said that she's been to China way more than she's been to any other country to make orders. And guess what? It still comes looking cheaply and wrongly done. So really, some of these things they're just out of control. The best thing or how she's been able to control it over time is by constantly speaking to the supplier. And she's tried to narrow down to a specific supplier that takes her orders. So that means the supplier knows how much she cares about quality, knows how much of attention she pays to texture of the product, everything down to color, everything, everything, everything. She sticks to one particular supplier. So the supplier is more like a partner now because he knows exactly what she wants and he's able to deliver or at least meet up to her standards. So she's a bit in a good space now. Another challenge that she spoke about had to do with delivering the product to customers, then asking them to make payment. That is what we call payment on delivery. Now, if you are in the west part of the world, you will not necessarily understand this because you were used to making payments before receiving the product. Down here, because we are still developing, we have a system or strategy that a lot of businesses use, which is payment on delivery. Now, originally, when this idea was introduced, it was to bring ease or relief to the customer. That is letting the customer know that you don't necessarily have to be so keen on having money to send before receiving the product. I can bring you the product, then you can give me cash. So more of like easing out the stress of going to have to send your money or put your money all your money in your bank account to be able to make some of these purchases, or put it in what we call down here as mobile money. That is more like a PayPal situation. Yeah, something like that. Not saying it's the same thing, but something like that. That's what we have here. That's what we call mobile money here. So you don't necessarily have to have all your money stocked up in your bank account or in your mobile money to be able to make purchases. We can deliver the product to you, then you can make payments later on. But as human beings can be a little crazy sometimes. We tend to take advantage of this from a lot of businesses, and a lot of businesses have actually failed or collapsed because of this. Because there will be a delivery done to a particular customer in a very crazy ass location. They will take the product, now make the payment, maybe lie to the delivery guy or girl, whoever it is, that they're gonna make payment to the business owner directly. Now the delivery guy would believe them and then leave. What then happens? They don't make the payment. That is a loss on the business. Some would make half payments and say, oh, I don't have enough cash. I'll send the rest of the business. They don't send that. And most of them all would send you to a location that nobody is literally there. You would get there as a delivery guy, call and call and call. Nobody is responding. You know why? Because it's a fake order. The list goes on and on and on. There are crazy things that human beings can do, and they are actually doing it down here. Real crazy. So that she mentioned is another problem that her business has had to deal with over time. And she's actually had to cut it out that she does not actually do delivery, payments on delivery no more. That service, she's not offering it no more. You have to make payments before any product is being dispatched to your location. Now, this is my takeaway. This business owner have been in this business for 7 good years, but she and her team only invested in this space or getting a showroom 2 years ago. And that is something that I need you to actually take a keen note at, because a lot of new businesses will start and immediately what they're looking for is location, a showroom. Please, if your business can operate without actually having a specific location, do that. Do that for as long as you can until your business can actually take up the responsibility of sponsoring or paying for a location. Because some of you all will invest in a location when your business cannot even meet up to the demands that the location is needing, maybe transportation, maybe rent, maybe utilities, and all of that. And all of these are expenses that is going to be burdened up on your business, especially in its early days. So personally, my complete takeaway is start the business. Wherever it is you are at, start it and then grow. Let it get to the point where it can financially take up some certain responsibilities like location or a showroom. Then you can invest in that. That will make a lot of sense because at that time you've built connection, you've built relationship, you have your loyal clients that would come to whatever location it is that you're at to come purchase from you. Because why? They like purchasing from you because you are maybe the best customer service, or you have, some certain services that you offer to your clients that they absolutely love you for that. So start the business, build it, grow it to the level where it can take some responsibility, then you can look at other things. Location should not be your biggest priority when starting a business. I will end this video with an advice from this business owner that I need you to hear. Not necessarily starting this big, but whether it's small, bigger than this, whichever one it is, what is your advice to them before getting into it?
And you should think big, but then start small.
Right.
Uh, I think when you think big, and then you can't just get up one day and they say like, oh, me ye chuma we, shame. You don't have customers, you don't have anything, you're not starting from the scratch, and then you want to start something, and then you think, "Ubi any same one year," but no, I don't second that. Some
Right.
people have a small place, but the money they are making, they don't even have a space to even put the things,
Right.
but they are really, really making money. So I think when you focus and then you are determined,
Determined.
I think you can get there. You can do something better.
Amazing. Amazing. Now, I have one question that I ask most business owners. We are having an unemployment crisis in this country. What is your take on that? Wait, first of all, do you think or believe
No,
that there
no,
is
I won't let you finish talking. No, no,
no?
no, 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 no,
You don't think that there are no jobs?
no, no.
Why is that?
There are jobs, but you need to be answer. Should I say it that way?
Yeah.
I'm not insulting
They're
anyone, but
not.
and that's how I'm supposed to say it. But there are jobs,
Right.
but I think it's because we are seeing it. There's no job because Obi here we are. I also want to do the same thing, but
Right.
there are lots of jobs out there. But I think we need the strategy and then um,
Structure.
how to structure things, and that is the only thing we need right now.
Right. But they're
There are
jobs.
jobs. There are jobs.
So you don't second the
I don't second that.
right.
I don't second that. So there are jobs.
So that is the business owner's advice. But my last word to you, as always, is go be great. Yeah, baby. Just go be great. See you in the next one. Bye.